I make 20K a month in personal profit from my reality shifting online coaching business. I went from a broke university dropout that had no idea what he was doing to running a marketing agency where I was working 80-hour weeks, busting my ass trying to make things work. But the problem is I was doing a lot of cold outreach, I was having very low profit margins, and overall when I was running the business, it felt like I was a slave. I was always chasing after clients, always making amendments, and I didn't really have the freedom that I was hoping for when I was starting the business. Now with my online coaching business, I work 3 days a week by running stupid simple profile visit ads that shift beliefs and working with clients that I consider friends. And this is all without spamming tons of cold outreach or chasing after clients, but actually working with clients that want to work with me instead of me having to chase them. In this video, I will show you exactly how to do the same by implementing reality shifts, which allows you to build a one-of-one personal brand that allows you to stand out from all of your competitors, which is the biggest thing that no one talks about, but is the most important factor when scaling your business. You're already posting tons of content, you're probably already signing a few clients here and there, and you want to build a system that allows you to scale without having to work even harder than you already are. Because it was only 1 year ago when I was running my marketing agency and was stressed out of my mind because I didn't know where my next client was coming from. But since then, after building a system where I can predictably scale with reality shifting ads, everything has completely changed. Since then, I work with top 1% clients that actually subscribe to my beliefs, my values, and the way I do things, and also the lifestyle, and therefore they respect me and also get amazing results from the resources I provide them with only a fraction of my time input. Because the one thing that I've learned from being in the online coaching and education space for the past 3 years is standing out is all that matters. You could have the most amazing product, be amazing at what you do, even have a great strategy in terms of your marketing, but if you don't stand out, no one is going to take you seriously and no one is going to choose you over the other sea of coaches out there. And if you stay to the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to shift beliefs and stand out and ultimately charge more for your services without having to spend more time working with clients or working on your business. But the fact is, most gurus on the internet will tell you the complete opposite. They'll tell you to post more organic content, or you're not trying hard enough, or you're not good enough at what you do, which is complete BS. The honest truth, you just have to look at your messaging and your positioning, and that will make all the difference. And that's exactly why I created the Reality Matrix, which is a framework of exactly how to scale to your next 6-figure year or 20K month. And I'm gonna break down every single step within this video, so make sure you take notes and let's get right into it. Okay, so looking at my screen here, this is the Reality Matrix, and these are the 4 steps of the Reality Matrix. The first one is your dream client. Who is the person that you want to attract? Who is the top 1% person that you want to work with that's going to allow you to scale? The second part is your vision assets. So these are the things that people recognize, maybe subconsciously, that makes you stand out. So your branding, your style, etc. Number 3 is the reality shift. So what message you have that stands out, your old versus new way. And then last but not least is your deal flow. So this is the method that you're actually going to get daily qualified leads that is interested in what you do. So let's just continue to the dream client. So first we need to define your one niche. Now your one niche consists of 3 different parts. It's you, so your values, your story, etc. Your mechanism, which is the things that maybe you've got a 3-step process of getting client results. You're going to create a graphic for that. And then your outcome, the unique identity that you want your clients to achieve. For every different coaching business, they have different goals, and you need to be crystal clear on what yours is so you can stand out. And we define our perfect fit dream client by really getting clear on what is the transformation from point A to point B. And once you get crystal clear on that, you're going to create an I help statement that you're going to put in your bio that targets that specific person that we define with our dream client. An example on this with practice is one of my clients, Reese. He was helping men with mindset. It was a fairly broad offer. He didn't really know which direction to go to. And we went to he's helping men beat their alcohol addictions by taking control of their emotions through the war within method. So you can clearly tell there's a massive difference within niche and within standing out by shifting directions into that second version. We optimized his profile, we created a start here post, we shared his story, his mechanism, and his dream outcome, and he got super clear on the transformation he provided, and because of that, he was able to grow. The second thing that we're building is our vision assets. So we've got separate components of what our business needs, right? Traffic, conversion, nurturing, sales, etc. And now you need the glue. Now you need something that holds it all together and makes you stand out. And this is what I call the vision assets. And we're going to go over several different components. We're going to go over our one vision, our unique mechanisms, and our branding, which means our colors, our font, our style, etc. So This combined will build an asset that not only your vision and your brand will look different, but people will sense that within your content. Your one vision is simply a goal-setting document. And if you DM me the word vision on Instagram, I'll send you the copy. But essentially, it's a document that's going to allow you to get crystal clear on where you are with your health, your wealth, your relationships, and your spirit. And I listen to an audio track every single day so I can hypnotize myself to achieve my goals. The second thing is your unique mechanisms. I'll pop a few up on screen of mine, of how mine look like, and maybe a few of my clients. It's a system or a process that allows your clients or your audience to visually see what roadmap they're going to go to get to their desired result. It's going to create a lot of intrigue. It's going to allow them to connect with your brand a bit easier, and it's going to make it a bit real or more tangible of what your coaching provides other than just calls and information. The third thing is branding, right? If you look at my page compared to other people's pages, you can clearly see that I've got this dark, moody aesthetic that not everyone has. And that's for a purpose. It's for me to show my personality, my taste, etc. And this can go further than you think when it comes to standing out in the marketplace within online coaching. And this also makes your audience get it. An example here is Yip. He only had a few hundred followers when we started working together. We created his authentic ecosystem, as you can see here. We created a unique way to look at it. He loves nature, so we put green as the colors. And this allowed him to make 8,000 euros in only 3 weeks with this brand new offer because he was able to stand out. As you can tell with the screenshot, it was almost 11, but he didn't close it. But still amazing for 3 weeks with only a few hundred followers. Now he's got close to 800 since then. But that's what a unique mechanism and branding can do for you. The third topic that we'll speak about within the reality matrix is the reality shifts. So this is where magic happens. This is where we'll create a contrarian position or an old versus new way of doing things that will allow you to stand out within your market. So the first thing is you want to choose the belief to change. We're going to pinpoint the default belief, we're going to quantify its cost, and we're going to change it. An example for me is I tell people that strategy isn't the most important thing with the coaching business, but your message and your belief shifting content is. That's an example. You're going to write a core claim. People think X, which causes Y, but the truth is Z. And you're going to anchor in mechanisms and not just random opinions, which we spoke about before. Quick examples of this, and I'll just do this in different niches. Fitness. Fat loss is a step count problem, not a willpower problem, because NEAT, non-exercise activity, drives total expenditure more than workouts. So in this case, your brand might be more about, losing weight through taking 10,000 steps per day versus going to the gym and doing cardio, as an example. Let's say if you're a career coach, portfolios outrank resumes because employees reduce risk with proof of work. That could be your unique mechanism or your belief shift if you're running that specific niche. And metrics to track belief shifts, it's if people use your wording or your phrases a lot, right? If people repeat your language to you, it's win rates or conversion rates, which is tied to that method, etc. For example, a lot of people in my DMs tell me, oh, how do I belief shift? How do I do this? And that means that my message is working because people are reciprocating that message to me. So this is how Matthias grew his brand to 23,000 followers in a month. And he simply doubled down on an idea that was working by shifting beliefs. And he was helping men and women deal with their weed addictions and documented his journey with the ups and downs and his unique thoughts and opinions on the matter. And like I said, once we had the winning format, we doubled down on it and he was able to shift beliefs that caught attention and grew his brand from 290 followers to 23,000 in a very short time within a month. And last but not least, guys, let's get into the deal flow. This is the actionable things that you guys will take once you've got all of the branding, all of the foundations with your business, okay? So this is how it looks like. So essentially, you have your crafted ad, right? So this is something that, let's say you've got your organic content, you're posting. We are going to create a simple ad that's going to get you followers on a daily basis that is interested in what you do with your coaching business. And this is going to grow your audience, as you can see here. The second point is content, right? People have to watch content that's going to warm them up and buy. And there's two types of content we'll be creating. We'll be creating a weekly YouTube video and organic post on Instagram. One video on YouTube is going to be called the One VSL, which is a golden YouTube video that's going to get people to know exactly what you do, how you can help, what your unique mechanism is, and how they can work with you. That's a core part of nurturing the audience that comes from your organic content and from the ads. You're going to take those people and you're going to gather leads in form of an email list, which I call a community. This is just going to nurture those people even more and get them interested to work with you. And then there's two ways to monetize. You either have a conversation and directly get them as a high ticket client, or you slowly ascend them by having a low ticket nano offer, which I call converts people to customers, which they can then ascend to your high ticket, which makes it easier for people to make that decision. Because sometimes people will tell you, oh, I've only got a one-to-one offer and it's X amount of thousands of dollars, and people don't want to take that risk, especially if they've gotten burned in the past. So we have a nano offer that allows them to buy that first and ascend later. So it's easier for people to make that decision. And this is a system that we leverage with the rest of the reality matrix to scale, right? This is the fourth part of the system, which is called the deal flow. So with this system, especially with the ads, this is how Daniel was able to go to 2 to 3K a month to 23K a month in 3 months, right? He was spending he made 14K in 2 weeks and only spent $500 in ad spend, which is a 25x return, which is insane. I'm not going to say this is exactly the same for you, but on average, we want to get a 5, 7, 10x return on ad spend with our ads. And then he continued to close a 10K day, which is really insane. And this is all using the reality creator method. And the main thing you have to think about with ads is it is a compounding effect. Through building this system, you're compounding attention over time with an audience of qualified followers that are completely aligned with your message, which gives you the upper hand because you're compounding this interest with your belief shifting message, which allows you to stand out. So as you can tell here, this is the monthly value that you're making from your ads. And over time, it's just going to compound over time because we're not running ads directly to a book call, etc. We're just simply getting people to follow you, which allows them to see your content, your stories, etc. And maybe they won't buy on day one or week one, but over months and months and months from compounding this, you're going to be able to scale slowly and slowly through a predictable method. So seeing everything through the frame of does this shift beliefs or not will allow you to convert clients, because when you see everything through, okay, how does this change people's perspective? It's going to allow you to have everything that you do be unique. So take this analogy as an example. So marketing that focuses only on doing how-tos or tutorials or delivering value is like handing someone a pile of books when they don't see clearly, right? When they have blurred vision. No matter how good the content is, no matter how great it is that you do, the words blur together, the effort feels exhausting, the person can't extract the value. What's actually wrong? It's not the information that you're providing, it's that their prescription is off, right? They don't have the right glasses, they're blurred, they don't see the things that you see. So when you shift their beliefs first, people see things with the right lens, right, with the right vision, and then they can truly understand your content and why it's important. Their beliefs about what is possible, what works, what people like them can or can't do, what past attempts have failed, right? And this is why it's super important to shift their perspectives first so they can see things from your perspective and then they can get further into your funnel and convert. So belief shifting essentially is when an optometrist says, try these, and then hands you the glasses. And then everything begins to make sense. The same content feels obvious. The solution feels inevitable. Everything just seems to fit in place perfectly because of that belief shifting message, right? You corrected their perception. So I'll take this story as an example. I was working with a client. He was a fitness coach. He had 800,000 followers, and he just wasn't converting clients. He was making a lot of funny videos with his wife, etc. And it was very hard for him to close clients because he didn't have a message that was clear and he wasn't shifting beliefs. However, Yip, which I talked about before, he had a few hundred followers and was able to make 8,000 euros in a few weeks. And it was because his message was really clear, he spoke to the right people, and he shifted their beliefs through unique mechanisms and ideas. And that is what we're trying to do here. So this is how you can start developing your belief shifting message through the core belief shifts out there. And the first belief shift you want to think about is going from problems to symptoms, right? When you call out a problem, gaining body fat, lack of leads, people just scroll because they don't even know if they own that problem yet. They don't even identify it. Instead, describe the moment that they can't ignore. Every time you walk in the kitchen, you overeat. That's not theory. That's their Tuesday afternoon, and that's what stops the scroll. Belief shift number 2 is going from goals to priorities. Dream body, quit the 9 to 5, travel the world. Those are goals, but nobody wakes up and just wants to win that today, right? No, you don't wake up and be like, oh, today I'm getting my dream body. What you want to do instead is go to priorities. Do this 5-minute workout before breakfast to hit your calorie goal, as an example. So speak to now, not someday. Make it actionable for them. And this is what turns followers into send me the damn invoice buyers, because symptoms hit harder than labels, because they're felt, not debated. Belief shift number 3 is going from dreams to milestones. This is pretty similar than what we spoke about before, but dreams sell the vision, but they can also build a lot of overwhelm, right? If you say having 6-pack abs while on vacation, for a lot of people, that's just not very relatable. Or marrying a dream spouse, or whatever it might be. It just feels too far away when you're in survival mode. So instead, sell the first win on the path, your first inbound DM from a dream client, or dropping 2 pounds per week. Small wins feel possible, and when they feel possible, they are purchasable. And finally, belief shift number 4 is going from educational content to belief shift, which is the core ethos which I'm speaking about here, which is educational posts are useful, but they don't sell. And buyers don't want more how-tos, they want their beliefs to be shifted. Say, close rates are determined by authority built pre-call, instead of saying, this is how to close more on your next call, right? Education teaches and belief shifts transform their perspective, and transformation is what makes you the only choice to go with. I hope you got a lot of value from this video so far, and you probably made a ton of notes, but the one thing I wanted to finish this video with is the reality matrix is where I see online coaching and info products going in 2026 and beyond. Because people are having a trust recession. People don't just buy from the first thing they see. They need to feel you, they need to trust you, they need to understand you, and because of that, they need to adopt your mindset, and you need to shift their beliefs with that. I see more and more online coaches realizing this day by day. The only difference is I've spent the past 3 years doing exactly this and understanding this by failing, spending tens of thousands of dollars on wasted attempts that didn't really bring me anything, and I can help you make that shortcut to develop all of these things really quick without doing all of the mistakes that I did. I'm currently putting all of my focus to deliver this message the best as I possibly can through my Instagram and my YouTube channel, with the goal to scale my business to $1 million a year through the exact same concepts that I explained to you in this video. I want you to develop your own reality matrix, so feel free to watch this video again or go through your notes to outline your own reality matrix like I explained in this video. The key thing you want to focus on is getting clear with the foundations and the message before you integrate the ads, the scaling, and all of the other steps that are required to get to 20K a month. If you need any extra support, I've got my Reality Creator Growth Infrastructure Program, which is a one-on-one program directly with me to scale your business to the next 6-figure milestone by hitting 10 to 20K a month. Simply click the first link in the description or DM me the word join on Instagram and we'll get in touch. And last but not least, build your reality. Okay, let's go.